I'm late.
No, you got here right on time.
No, I'm late.
It's The Late Show.
Sorry, I'm late.
You're too late!
The wizard is never late.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm gonna see the show.
But not to come late. You are late.
You're late, man. Always late, huh?
The hour grows late.
You're late. I'm not paying for those.
But is he already too late to save his friends?
You're too late.
And I'm like, dude.
You're not going from Mary Poppins to a savage killer.
I would say yes, it lives up to the hype. What little hype I had for it was pretty damn good.
And we're rolling.
All right, well, I'll put my phone away though. Well, actually, I'll get it out so that when I need to go to IMDb to look something up.
Yeah, well, I also have it up here now.
Yeah, I know, but I don't,
And if you're
Trust
curious what we might be looking up for this week on... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, welcome to Late to the Show.
This week on Late to the Show podcast, we are talking about Independence Day to celebrate our...
Independence Day.
Thank you.
I think you should just take the clip out of the movie for that bit and just put it over my voice.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. I don't know the names of any of these songs.
I think that one is Stars and Stripes Forever.
That's Stars and Stripes Forever?
I believe
Okay.
so.
And we'll also put the Pledge of Allegiance on here.
Yep.
We'll just make it as patriotic as possible.
Just underneath all of the audio the entire time.
You know, I've been watching a Sleepy Cabin podcast lately. Sleepycast.
Yeah.
Listening to it, I guess. That's like Oni and Psychic Pebbles and all those guys.
Yeah.
And on their podcast, they actually put classical music under it. Like, and then they just like cycle through different classical music songs because it's all royalty free and in the public domain.
Nice.
I was like, oh, that's awesome. So we could do that.
We could.
It's because they don't do their podcast anymore.
Yeah. Stealing their ideas.
Every idea is stolen.
Anyway. That's fair. So yeah, we're doing Independence Day.
Yes, John,
Great
you've seen
fucking
this
movie.
movie. Yeah, I thought it was too.
Fucking love this movie.
So why haven't you seen it until just now?
Well, I had.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Jake, let me turn that. Let me play the Uno reverse card on you. And now, why haven't you seen this before now?
I don't know, because I saw that clip in Austin Powers too, and I'm like, all right, I get Independence Day.
Actually, that was a clip from the hit movie Independence Day, but the real laser is going to be a lot like that.
Yeah, that's about all I had seen of Independence Day. And then the trailers for Resurgence when that came out 3 fucking years ago.
Yeah, again, it's weird that was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It really feels like it was more recent. Still haven't seen it, have no desire to, but...
After we watched me and Kate just watched the movie like 30 minutes ago.
Oh, nice.
And
so it's real fresh in your mind.
Yes, sir. And I looked up the trailer for Resurgence because I was curious if it would make more sense to me now, having actually seen the first movie. And Kate said, oh, when's the second one coming out? I'm like, it already did. 3 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago now. 20 years after the original.
Scheisse.
Yeah. So, Jake, what'd you think of this movie?
I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
In the first, hour of it, though, I thought it was funny. I was like, this is the movie of many different characters and also many, one-way phone calls.
Oh, yeah.
Where they said, I'm sorry, what did you just say? On the one side of the phone where you can't hear the other person talking. It's like, Mr. President, phone for you. You said what now? They do that with 4 or 5 different people in the first hour of the movie.
I don't think I noticed that part.
Yeah. Well, because they need a way to link up all the characters at some point because they keep introducing character group after character group after character group.
Yep.
Which I didn't mind. It kind of felt like maybe an original Avengers movie.
Almost.
Just the way everyone unifies and how they take separate stories.
Yeah.
But they did it without...
5 movies.
Yeah, well... How many...
So,
Avengers came out in 2012?
Yeah.
All right, without 4 years of prior movies.
Yeah.
So kudos to you, Independence Day. And Robert Emmerich? Roland Emmerich.
Roland Emmerich. He's a
Emmerich.
he's a very well-noted disaster movie director.
Really?
Yeah, he did The Day After Tomorrow. I think he did 2012. He did that Godzilla movie.
Oh, Gojiro. Day After Tomorrow.
He wrote Independence Day Resurgence. He did Stargate.
10,000 BC. Jesus Christ. What
Yeah.
a nerd. Moon 44, Ghost Choice.
Yeah, but look at his director credits. Those are just his writing credits.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, these are all in
Oh, he did
pre-production.
White House Down.
Which one's White House Down?
That's the one with Jamie Foxx and
yeah.
Channing Tatum.
The massive hit, right?
It's out of the two, it's the one I saw. So
Out of the two.
yeah, that and Olympus Has Fallen.
Oh, he did Olympus Has Fallen?
No,
You just
those
saying
movies
the
came
two
out of the
similars.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and he did Universal Soldier.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Look
and
at
The
that.
Patriot.
Oh, that's cool. You know what? Hilarious. I thought the music for Independence Day sounded just like the music for The Patriot.
I mean, it makes sense.
It does make sense, but like
I bet they're scored by the same guy.
probably. Let's look that up now too.
Yeah, shit, we should have done beforehand.
No, it's
knew-
fun doing it on the podcast.
I was gonna say we should do is just briefly like mention a couple things on the fly so we can have those looked up and ready to talk about.
Hey, everyone, Google along with us.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Here, you're on the Patriot. I'm gonna look up who scored Independence
Full
Day.
cast. Where the fuck's the crew option?
Scroll up. Yeah, scroll down too far.
No, it's not. It just said,
Scroll down.
just says cast.
Shut up. Scroll down.
See full cast.
Okay, keep scrolling down.
Get wrecked, scrub.
All right, scroll up.
Yeah. All right. I'll
Find
figure
where
it out.
Find where the director is. See full cast and crew.
Yeah, you didn't know either though. All right.
Music department.
Music by John Williams. Oh, okay. That also makes sense, I guess.
I'm still looking here. Because otherwise it's just... Oh, composer. There we go. David Arnold did Independence Day.
Oh,
So,
well, we could not have been more wrong.
nah. But at the same time, it makes sense why they have... So, damn it, I just closed out IMDb. Because I'm an idiot.
You're fired.
All right.
You know what? Don't even come back next week. I'm gonna do the Battleship podcast by myself. I'm not even bringing Race.
No?
Fuck him.
All right.
It's gonna have no context for that fucking podcast. Because I'm
No,
not
no.
even gonna watch the movie.
No, I was
either.
going to say, bring Race on, and then just cut out all of his audio. So it's a one-way conversation.
Just like Independence Day.
Yes, sure.
Wait, you said what now? Ah, that's very interesting. Thank you for giving that one of a kind insight to this movie that everyone totally did not hear. John is drinking booze.
Yes.
It's very unprofessional. He brought his own.
Yeah, it's from my flask.
He got out of the car, crushed a beer can on his head, and then threw it at me.
wish I-
Disregarding recycling.
I wish I was cool enough to crush a beer can on my head.
You can't? The trick is to punch in the sides with your fingers.
Well,
as you
I
do
know
it.
that much, but like, I'd probably still end up, I don't know, cutting myself with the aluminum. It'll tear a little bit and cut my forehead, and I'll look like an idiot. So, because that's my kind of luck. So, anyways, Independence Day.
Independence Day movie. I'm still on the Patriot. Hold on, let me back out.
Yeah, that's not the correct movie.
No, you know what? Let's just talk about the Patriot.
I haven't seen the Patriot in a long time.
Okay, that almost became next week's episode.
No, we've already got the next 2 episodes planned.
I know. But when you said I haven't seen Patriot, I was like, oh, wait a minute.
It's been a while.
Have you seen Lethal Weapon?
I have.
All of them?
Yeah. Nice try.
Okay.
I've also seen all the Die Hard movies.
I haven't even seen all the Die Hard movies.
You don't have to watch the last one. It's fucking terrible. Good Day to Die Hard.
That was the last one? The one that takes place in Russia? Mm-hmm. Okay.
One with
Jai Courtney?
Yeah. It's not Jai Courtney's fault it's bad, but it's a bad movie.
I say the same thing about the Green Lantern movie. It's not... I almost said Robin Williams. It's not...
Ryan Reynolds.
Thank you, Ryan Reynolds' fault that movie was bad.
Yeah.
He did the best he could with what he had.
Anyways, Independence Day.
Yes, Jeff Johns also worked on Independence Day. He didn't.
Oh, okay.
But Independence Day was good. I liked it a lot.
Good fucking movie. What was your favorite part of Independence Day?
The speech was great.
Speech is fucking phenomenal.
I was surprised. I still like that scene as much as I did because like that's the one that gets referenced and stuff. And also, I had seen the clip in where Sean Schemmel dubs the speech as King Kai from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's just gonna seem silly now, but it was still good.
That and the canceling the apocalypse speech from Pacific Rim, which is considerably shorter, are like my two favorite speeches from movies.
I don't remember canceling the apocalypse.
Yeah, it's like near the end before they go and like.
Idris say it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the trailers, but he doesn't. You don't get the whole speech. You just get the end where he's like, "Today we're canceling the apocalypse." That was my Idris Elba impersonation. Flawless.
Pretty solid.
Nailed it.
He even grew blue eyes to do the speech. It was pretty insane.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyways,
like blue
Independence-
eyes, doesn't he?
Maybe.
They're like something crazy. I know that. Yeah.
Love Will Smith in this movie.
Yeah, I did too. And you know what I've noticed? Because I even like Jeff Goldblum in this movie. And typically, I think Jeff Goldblum's annoying. And I'll tell you why.
Okay, tell me why.
Because everything he does now... Well, his eyes are pretty much closed there. You can't tell if they're colored or not.
Well, every other picture is too far away, so.
Are
you thinking of one? I'm sorry. Are you thinking of when he's Heimdall and they're like gold?
No, I'm not thinking of Heimdall. I was thinking of like posters I've seen. Maybe they did them like so they're colored in the Calvin and Hobbes movie. Hobbes and what's
Hobbs
his
and
name?
Shaw.
What?
Hobbs and Shaw.
Shaw. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyways, so you were
I
saying.
prefer calling it Calvin and Hobbes. Thank you.
So about Jeff Goldblum.
Yes. So what I've noticed is I like a lot of actors before they probably get told on set, just do that thing you do normally in this movie. Because I thought Jeff Goldblum was fucking annoying as shit in Thor Ragnarok. I did not like him. I don't like that character. I think it's annoying. Because I think nowadays Jeff Goldblum just gets told, just do your thing. Just do the Jeff Goldblum thing. And he goes over the top with it. And it doesn't make sense for a character in a movie. It's not immersive. It's dumb. I think the same thing happens to Will Smith a little bit now. Where it's like, just do the Will Smith stuff. Do the thing from Bad Boys. Where you're like funny but a badass at the same time. And then,
Really? Because I think Will Smith gets way more dramatic roles nowadays where he has to be serious and does the I Am Legend thing instead.
Well, I'm thinking of like Hancock.
I haven't seen Hancock, but that's older. I mean, not older than I Am Legend, but he does, I feel, more like that serious character. I mean, like Gemini Man that's coming out later this year.
Yeah, that movie looks bad though, doesn't it?
No, I actually think it looks awesome.
You think it looks good?
Yeah. I'm going to go see it. I'll see just about anything that Will Smith's in, though, because Will Smith's great. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong with Will Smith. But I thought that with Robin Williams, too. Like, I feel like later in his life, he was just getting told, do the Robin Williams thing. And it wasn't working out for him.
Okay. See, I know exactly what you're talking about for that, specifically Robin Williams, because there was a show that was on just before he died called, I think, Crazy Ones or something like that.
Yeah, the Crazy Ones, or the Crazies. No, the Crazies was a zombie movie. Crazy Ones.
Yes. And we're like, he works at like an ad agency or some shit. And the way it felt, I tried to give that show a chance. I gave it a chance. It felt like everybody else had lines. And they're like, all right, everybody, we're going to rehearse a scene a couple times. And they rehearse the scene a couple times. They get it down. They're like, all right, now we're going to bring Robin Williams out. And you guys figure it out.
Right.
Let him do his thing. And just you guys, everybody else, make it work.
Yeah. So that kind of thing. I hate that. I hate it when people do that. When like actors get so popular that they're like, just do the thing you do that everyone loves. Because you just doing it yourself to the max 100% in this movie, it's going to be hilarious or great. Everyone's going to love it. I think it's annoying because it just stands out and it doesn't seem to mesh with the rest of the movie. I liked Jeff Goldblum in this movie because he just had enough of that Jeff Goldblum-ness.
Okay.
But it's still blended with the movie.
Yep.
Will Smith was like a good balance for himself also. He was Fresh Prince with a little bit of I Am Legend kind of, with like the whole duty to the military and stuff, so it was a good blend. Robin Williams wasn't in this movie, but if he was, I'm sure he would have been restrained as well, just like he was in something else. But yeah, so I liked this movie because of that.
You know who did get told to just do their thing on this movie? Randy Quaid.
Yeah, he was a little out there.
He was like, I'm not convinced he doesn't think this is a dramatic retelling of actual events.
What?
Randy Quaid is kind of crazy.
Well, yeah, now.
So I think he's like, I'm not convinced he does not think. Like, I think he thinks this is based on a true story.
His character would.
I think Randy
Abducted by
Quaid.
aliens, and all of a sudden aliens come back.
I think Randy Quaid might think this was based on a true story.
Well, he's too busy working on another vacation movie.
All right, I don't think so. But
Well, the joke is that
Yeah,
he's
no,
tried
no.
to make vacation movies way after everyone else who was done with them was done with them.
no. Was he in the Ed Helms vacation movie?
Probably. I have no idea. I didn't see it.
I mean, to be fair, I mean,
I wouldn't doubt
Ed
he was in
Helms
it.
plays the kid, like the son from the vacation movies, grown
Right.
up. So
Right.
yeah,
I mean, yeah. Uncle Eddie could have very well been in that.
yeah.
Dennis Quaid's brother. Dennis, you really should be taking better care of Randy.
Yes.
God, he needs you.
Yeah.
But he
Anyway.
also played a president.
Dennis Quaid or Randy Quaid?
Randy Quaid.
Huh. Do you know Randy Quaid has an Oscar nomination?
It's probably for the Lyndon Baines Johnson movie.
Nope.
No, it's not. What is it
No,
for?
it's for I can't remember what the fucking movie was called.
He composed Independence Day?
No.
No.
Anyways,
Well, now I gotta look it up. I mean, it's fucking Randy Quaid.
but no, I get what you're saying, and I do. Like, I love all the performances in these movies. Even Randy Quaid being, you know, a typical Randy Quaid character. Like, I think he was good for what he was. It's a great picture of him there.
Yeah, right. Russell Case.
Scroll up that yellow bar there.
Ah, thank you.
Yep.
Last Detail, 1973. Jesus Christ, that's supposed to be him?
I don't know.
That's, Jack Nicholson. Thank you. Oh, well.
Anyways, but no, I liked all the performances in this one, and yeah, just this movie is just so great and perfect on I think just about every level.
Jeez, I didn't
There's-
realize you liked it that much.
There's like no flaws with this movie, in my opinion.
None.
None flaws. The CGI has aged like a fine
About as
wine.
good as Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Okay, to be fair, it's better than Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
It's Mortal Kombat level.
Okay, look, the green screen of the fucking flying saucer in the background looked better than the fucking green screen in Birdcage.
My problem.
And all Birdcage had to do was a fucking road.
Well, I will disagree with you on that one because I will say this, and I was a little embarrassed to mention it on the last podcast. I didn't notice that it was green screened.
Wow.
Well, okay, in the cars I noticed that something looked weird, but when they're sitting on a park bench,
Yeah.
I didn't notice that green
Oh,
screen.
I noticed it immediately.
I did not. So, wrong. All the fire effects in Independence Day, wow, you could tell that's green screen. Now,
Yes,
I'm saying
no,
I understand.
No, like some of the explosions were like practical effects, but like when they blew up the buildings, yes, that was CGI'd.
When you see flames roll in, and then
Yes.
you can actually see pretty much a layer of the same flame effect roll in and
Yes.
roll in. It's like,
It was
all right.
1996. All right, this is the best they could do.
and I understand, but that's why I'm saying, like, I had flashbacks to Mortal Kombat when I was watching it.
I still say this is a little better than Mortal Kombat.
I'm not even saying Annihilation now. I'm saying to
Yeah, I know.
regular Mortal Kombat.
I'm saying this is even better than Mortal Kombat. Also, love the alien designs in this movie.
Yeah, very weird. I thought they were cool too, like how it was just down with like opening up its exoskeleton and then showing off its inner parts,
It's real.
its insidey parts.
Yeah.
So wait, can it like not use like that whole telepathic thing unless it gets its like shell cracked?
I think it probably can with it, because remember the scientist dude mentioned that like they had a biomechanical suit that they were wearing.
Right.
The thing that cracked open was the suit.
You think? Well, the things in the tank actually looked like that though.
Well, I mean, even the aliens that are outside of their suits look like that. They've got that long disc head thing. Because actually, I was reading trivia. Apparently, I think it was Roland Emmerich. They brought a guy brought two alien designs too that were obviously relatively similar, and he really liked them both. And that's where he came up with the idea. It's like one is like an exoskeleton biosuit thing, and the other is the actual alien, so
Yeah,
that they
that's
could use both designs.
That is cool. But I will say, like, it did surprise me. Like, oh, that's like a suit,
Yeah.
like an extra skin suit. Yeah. It's weird, but it's cool. I mean, I wonder if like the outer one's like harder because all it took was a scalpel slice and they were in.
Yeah. But I mean, and to be fair, Will Smith punched it one time, and it was out.
Well, it could have been like faking out also.
Yeah, maybe. But he could
to
also
get like into the.
But it wouldn't
base.
have known that was there.
How are you gonna say it wouldn't have even known
Okay,
that was
okay,
there when they traveled to Earth
fine,
to blow it up?
Fine. Fine.
There's always a contingency plan. That's another thing about this movie. When the Secretary of Defense guy is like, "This plan's not gonna work. Why would we waste all this on this plan?" It's like, you have no other fucking options. Why wouldn't this shit work?
Well,
or everyone else looking at Randy Quaid like, "Yeah, this guy was abducted by aliens. They're fucking here. Why wasn't he abducted by aliens?"
No, they believe him once they show up.
Well, and then when they were actually recruited him, and he was saying, "Oh, since I got abducted by aliens, I've been waiting to get some payback."
Oh,
Like a
those
bunch of
guys.
guys rolled their eyes, like, "Oh, this guy." It's like, are you
Those guys.
fucking kidding me?
Gotcha.
It's very plausible he was abducted.
Yeah,
by
no,
aliens.
at that point. Plus, they work at Area 51.
Yeah.
They've
You're
seen
about
those
to go
aliens.
Fight them.
They've seen those aliens. The guy who's giving them the crash course was, if I'm not mistaken, the guy who killed the alien downstairs.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's also the one who
switched from
fired
his-
the gun on the soda can on the ship, wasn't he?
Yes. They had that guy do everything.
What was his name?
I don't know.
Nice character development movie.
Yeah.
Way to go, Roland.
Emmerich.
Thank you.
But let's see, what else good about Independence
Liked Bill
Day?
Pullman also.
Oh yeah, Bill Pullman was great. Did you know, apparently, also reading from trivia on IMDb, that originally they wanted Kevin Spacey for the role, and he was going to be more like Richard Nixon kind of a character.
I thought this looked more like JFK-ish.
Well,
Because he looks younger also.
yeah. But they wanted Kevin Spacey, and the studio's like, Bill Pullman's going to be the bigger star out of Kevin Spacey and Bill Pullman. So they're like, we're going to go with Bill Pullman. So they rewrote the character.
Maybe a better bet in the long run.
Yes.
Like, Bill Pullman never got bigger than Kevin Spacey, but he's much less touching little boys. So
Yes. And then using...
good on you, Bill Pullman.
Yeah. And then using the fact that he's gay as an excuse.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Bill Pullman.
No.
I was like, they
Kevin
said he
Spacey
was
did.
gay, and that's why they gave him the role. I was very confused.
No,
It's
no,
like,
I'm
wow,
talking...
how progressive of them in '96.
Bill Pullman. I'm gay. Hired.
Fuck Kevin Spacey. I heard he touches kids. Don't tell anyone.
No. Anyways. Independence Day. Does
Yes.
not have Kevin Spacey in it. Probably for the better. And apparently Will Smith was their first choice for the character. Of,
of his character.
the fuck is his name? I don't know any of the character names in this movie.
I don't know any of Will Smith's characters' names. That's a joke. Also, hilarious that he's billed first.
Well,
He was one of the last of the main characters to get introduced in the movie. Stephen Hiller.
I actually wanted to look at something here.
What did you want to look at? Jesus Christ.
What?
No, I'm just being a dick. What did you want to look at?
Well, you were looking at the mic like it was unplugged or something.
No. There's a Lou, my cat's fur dangling on it. I'm trying to make a better windscreen by putting my cat's fur all over it.
There you go. That's
budget filmmaking for you.
this was one of his first movie roles though.
Will Smith?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You got
I mean,
Bad Boys in '95. He was in Six.
Bad Boys came out in '95.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was in 6 Degrees of Separation, and then Made in America, and Where the Day Takes You. But I'm imagining those last couple were smaller roles.
I've only heard of Made in America out of those. Oh shit! I didn't realize that Jasmine was Vivica A. Fox.
Oh, that was another piece that I read on trivia. You know who was originally supposed to be Jasmine?
Princess Jasmine from Aladdin.
No, Jada Pinkett
I was
Smith.
gonna say Jada Pinkett. Yeah. They could have gotten married sooner and divorced sooner as well.
Are they divorced?
No, but maybe they should be.
Oh man, I've only seen Jada Pinkett Smith in Gotham.
Yeah, that's an awesome show, huh?
As we discussed earlier, it's not Jada Pinkett Smith's fault that show is not as good as it should be.
She's not helping it.
No, I'll just say I wasn't sad to see her character go, but I don't blame actors for crappy characters unless they act poorly in the role when it could be good.
Sometimes it's hard to tell though too. If they're acting poorly or if they're just doing what the director told them.
That's fair, but there's a lot wrong with Gotham beyond just.
Is this still on?
I think it's wrapping. If it hasn't wrapped yet, I think their last season is coming up.
That show went a long time.
It was on too long. They fucked up because it's another show I tried to give a chance. The guy who played the Penguin was fantastic.
If you think so. I thought he was...
I thought he was great.
I mean,
as Penguin.
I guess if he... I don't know a whole lot about the Batman lore, so I mean, if that's very Penguin-esque, good on him. But I don't know.
I thought he was good because out of like all of the characters, he was definitely the most grounded, and it was very Penguin-like to be playing every possible angle to get ahead.
Is that okay?
That's a pretty well. Once Penguin's like the tip top, he doesn't have to play every angle. It's like, here's money, go fucking fix this for me. But at that point, it makes sense for where he's at. I thought the guy playing Gordon was fine.
Yeah, I thought he was cool too.
But my biggest issue with the show was they were constantly being like, this guy's gonna be a Batman character. When fucking Nigma was the fucking the forensics guy. And like he constantly talked in riddles and everything. It's like, we know. You could have just called him Edward Nigma and stopped there.
Right.
And we'd be like, oh, interesting. But no, it's like riddles and wackiness the whole time, and then he becomes the Riddler. And then they introduce the Joker. Joker is not a Commissioner Gordon villain. Like, Penguin is perfect for Commissioner Gordon because Penguin is not a supervillain.
By the time Batman comes in.
And that. Joker is about Batman's age.
Is he?
That's how
I
I've
pictured
always
Joker being like maybe 10 to 20 years older than Batman.
I've always pictured him being about the same age, and that's mostly because they're supposed to be like opposites. So to me, one of them being older doesn't make sense. But so he's older, the Riddler's older, which I can give a little bit older for Riddler, him being around and operating a little longer, fine. But like, I think Mr. Freeze is in it. I think they introduce like Titan so they can do Bane. They do like fucking everything. It's like, and then fucking Selena Kyle's nickname is Cat. The girl who's
Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy. Her name is like Pepper or something.
No, it's Ivy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Her actual last name was Pepper, but they called her Ivy.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, her name is Pamela Isley. But
where the fuck did they get Pepper then?
Yeah, I don't fucking know. But Poison Ivy's name is Pamela Isley.
I'm also really confused with how Jim Gordon's like girlfriend was Barbara Gordon, or his girlfriend's name. Were they married?
I believe they were married by that point in the show.
Okay, she's Barbara Gordon, and then she goes fucking insane, kills her parents, and does all sorts of crazy shit. Why would he name his daughter after that bitch?
That doesn't happen to Gordon's first wife.
Well, yeah, I know. I didn't feel like it could have been. I feel like they just added that shit in.
They did.
So why would he name his girl daughter after that shit?
I don't know, man. I don't. Maybe in memory of the woman she used to be. I don't fucking know. It was such a shit show that like.
Like, did the guy who made Dragon Ball Evolution make that show?
Maybe.
He didn't look at any of the source material. Like, fuck it, I'll do what I want.
We'll do it live.
Some girl named Barbara? Yeah, Gordon. Yeah, she must be married to him, right? No! That's not how it goes. Yeah. But anyway, Independence
Day does not have these issues because Independence Day is flawless.
Once again, not flawless, but it was good.
Okay, Jake, what's a flaw besides the CGI? That's what I thought.
Well, fuck. You only gave me like 10 seconds to think about it. I don't know.
Well, if there's such a flaw in the movie, you should have been able to find it by now.
Every movie has flaws, sir. I will tell you this.
I disagree.
What movie doesn't have flaws?
Independence Day.
Another one.
Whiplash.
Well, if you went to Columbia, you'd hear some flaws in it.
All right, such as?
What were they saying? Oh, they talked about how the girlfriend had no agency in the movie. It's like, yeah, she's not supposed to. She's a fucking side character.
Yeah, well, that and, like, their relationship is unimportant to the story.
Exactly.
And that's the point. Because
she's
to
illustrated
him,
to, like, be, like, show
everybody
what a
else,
dick he is.
Yeah,
and how he's
everybody
just focusing
else
on the one thing.
doesn't matter to him.
Yeah.
And that's the point of the girlfriend. You're right. She doesn't have a lot of agency or much to do.
That's the point.
That's the point of the character.
Yes. But there was a lot of arguments at Columbia like that.
So there's two.
It's hard going to art school.
With a bunch of snobs.
Yeah, snobs and just overly liberal people for the sake of being liberal. It's like,
okay,
there's a time and a place.
Well,
logic has to come into it also.
Logic has to come into it. And, like, it's just a quick on that note. You know me. I'm a fairly liberal person. Correct. I'm wearing a Pride shirt right now, day after Pride Month is over.
Oh, I didn't get that it was Pride, but yeah, it makes sense now that I'm...
So, I think right there that kind of illustrates my kind of, political beliefs and just beliefs in general.
Right.
I saw somebody call The Hateful Eight misogynistic. And I couldn't for the life of me figure out why. The only reason I could come up with, didn't actually talk to the person about it, but like the only reason I could possibly think of was that because the bad guy was a woman, it is inherently misogynistic. And the fact, and she get,
Why would that be inherently misogynistic?
because if you want to like back out and look at like, it's like the woman's a bad guy, so you're calling women bad guys. If you go, but that's like a super way far out. Like this is the only piece of
That's
art
your
thing
fifth
that
cousin
exists.
3 times removed.
Yeah, that's like, and it's like, and she gets smacked around and stuff, but she's also a psychopathic killer. So like,
I would say the best argument would be that the fact that they what's her name? The girl who's the stunt double for Uma Thurman in Kill Bill.
yes, her name
Zoe.
Yes,
Something.
Zoe something or other.
Zoe Australia. No.
Yeah.
She's New Zealand. She's Kiwi. I remember that from Death Proof. All right.
Okay,
She
anyways.
plays herself in Death Proof, by the way.
No, she does play a character. I don't think she plays herself, but
Her
their
name is
characters.
Zoe in that. And she's a stunt double.
I was gonna say because I know their characters are all stunt actresses. Yeah, but
Actresses, sir. It is 2019.
All right,
it is
stunt
stunt
actors.
people.
stunt actors, stunts folk. Anyways,
But anyway, I would say the fact that she was killed without really a fight.
in Death Proof,
No, not in Death Proof. In fucking Hateful Eight.
was she in Hateful Eight?
Yeah, she's the person who drives the wagon. She gets thrown into the well when they do the flashback.
Oh, I saw it once.
Really? You only saw it the one time?
Yeah, but I got to see the
In the
roadshow
70
version,
millimeter.
which was
Seven-
the 70
millimeter,
yeah,
not
the
70 millimeter.
which was fantastic.
Did you enjoy your what's it called when they take a break in a movie?
Intermission.
Intermission.
I did, and I was the first person back into the theater, and I like to sit not the very back row, one forward from that.
Did you swap? Did you change seats between intermissions? Oh,
Nope, that's where I was-
like, I thought you maybe got a shit seat at the beginning,
Nope.
and then
I got-
during intermission
I
took
got
a better one.
I got my seat, and I got back into that seat at intermission. I was the only person in the theater, and I could hear the film projector running behind me, and I thought it was fucking awesome.
Did you get more popcorn during the intermission?
I had actually did I? What the fuck did I get? I don't think I got popcorn.
No?
No.
Gummy worms? Raisinets?
No. I
M&Ms?
probably no. I don't know. It might have just been popcorn. I don't fucking remember. That was 4 years ago.
That I'm surprised it was only 4 years ago. What I'm more surprised about is that Independence Day Resurgence came out only 1 year after Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
I feel like Hateful Eight's been out for way longer than Independence Day Resurgence. Longer than just 1 year.
Yeah. I was gonna say it has been out longer, but anyway. So Independence Day.
Independence Day.
Don't watch Gotham.
Don't watch Gotham.
Hateful Eight. While I enjoyed it, can be boring.
Non-misogynistic.
Can be boring. if you're in for a slog, it's your movie.
I wouldn't even call it a slog. If you're in for like,
Very slow.
If you want to watch Clue, but you want to watch something newer, go watch Hateful Eight. How about that?
Okay. Anyways, Independence Day.
Yeah. How did we get on to Hateful
well,
Eight? Oh,
you
we
were
were talking
totally-
about flawed movies.
Yeah.
we
And then you
brought
talked
up
about overly liberal
Whiplash.
people
Yeah.
that are. Yeah, I gotcha.
They did that also with
Oh, there was a Baldwin in this movie?
which one?
Adam?
Adam Baldwin. Where the fuck? Oh, there he is. Major Mitchell.
Click on him.
Is that the guy who shot everyone?
Oh,
It
shit.
is.
Oh, and he's the guy who, he's the guy from, fucking,
The Patriot.
No.
Full Metal Jacket.
Firefly. There we go.
Oh, I didn't watch Firefly.
Yeah, I watched all of it.
Is that good?
It was fun.
Okay. Cool.
I enjoyed it, but I'm not like, oh my god, I cannot believe they canceled this flawless masterpiece. That's one that I'm like, it was good, but I'm like, I also see why they canceled it. Like, it wasn't like, I see why they canceled it in so much as like, to me, it wasn't really going anywhere. Like, it was a collection of interesting stories with good characters, but it wasn't getting anywhere.
Well, also, would that really be the type of show for Fox anyway? Wouldn't that be a better sci-fi show?
I can see why it was on Fox, because Fox does, like, I think Fox has done some of those types of shows, but...
Well, nowadays, though, would it be on Fox or would it be on Sci-Fi?
probably would have been on Sci-Fi. I think Sci-Fi does reruns of it. I'm sure it does.
But I was also going to say, so getting back to the whole flawless movie thing and
Yes.
how,
you don't think Independence Day is?
well, not just that, but so at Columbia, they would do these things called cinema slapdowns where they'd pick a popular movie at that point. We'd all watch the movie in a big theater, and then they would have two predetermined people to debate the movie, and they would do a debate afterwards.
Okay.
Now, sometimes, regardless of whether or not it made sense, they just wanted to have a debate. So they would pick someone to debate the other side just to be devil's advocate.
Yes.
And was that no more evident in anything than in fucking Mad Max Fury Road?
Okay. Somebody had to talk about why it wasn't a good movie?
Yeah.
Wow, I don't envy that person.
That person was also wearing, like, Mad Max, like, cosplay clothes because they fucking loved the movie. Of course they did. But they still had a debate, like, what kind of issues it did have. And, of course, they went to, like, how it was still somewhat misogynistic. I'm like, that's the... I get that, like, you're debating a losing argument and, like, you're forced to do that anyway. So, tough noogies to you. Tough noogies to you is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
But, like, she was saying how the other girls didn't have much agency. The pregnant one who got Anne Harriet, the one who got ran over. How she, like, really didn't serve any purpose to the movie other than to be run over and be pregnant. It's like, Jesus Christ, this is a horrible argument.
Yeah, because, okay, and to be fair in that, I kind of get what they're saying, but at the same time, it was also an incredibly, like, female empowerment movie.
Right, yeah,
women empowerment movie. Like, Furiosa was the main character, but that's kind of the case in a lot of Mad Max movies where Mad Max, well, except the first one, Mad Max just kind of shows up and has to deal with some shit. Yeah.
He's the Jerry Seinfeld of the movie.
Sure. I've always had the opinion in a Mad Max movie that, like, you know, it's post-apocalypse and, like, these things happened, but then, like, he becomes, like, the mythical character. Like, it's not the same person in Road Warrior as is in Thunderdome as is in Fury Road. Like, they're different people, but they attribute it to Max.
Oh, really?
That's how I interpret it.
That's
so it's like
idea.
These things are, like, happening, but then when you're telling the myths and the legends, this is what Max did.
I would say
That's how I interpret it.
having only seen Fury Road and seen a bunch of parts of all the other ones.
Okay.
So they have all kind of bled together anyway, except for Fury Road, because I've seen that one multiple times. I would say it seems almost more like Max is kind of like a catalyst to make shit happen. Mm-hmm. And then after it happens, and like he's more of like a way to showcase all the other people around him.
Yeah.
And then he just moves on to the next adventure.
Yeah.
But I like that idea that you had though also.
The only disagreement I'd have about that particular note is that it's specifically in Fury Road, he doesn't catalyze anything. It was gonna happen, no matter what.
Well, I mean, he gets them further into their adventure.
The only thing he really contributes is a suggestion to go back to the Citadel. Because they get to where there's nothing, where there was supposed to be all this like food and water and everything they could need. It was nothing. There was nothing there. He's like, nobody's guarding that anymore because that entire fucking everybody
Armada
is after us. We can go back and take it over.
Right.
That's the only thing he suggests.
Yeah, but they also wouldn't have gotten as far as even that without him, though.
I suppose.
And they wouldn't have befriended the fucking
The
Wild Boy.
War Boy.
Nicholas Holt. Is it War Boy?
Yeah, they're called War Boys.
Where do you get Wild from?
I don't know. Well, then you got the feral child in Road Warrior, but Fury Road is the last 30 minutes of Road Warrior turned into a 2.5 hour movie.
Is it really?
Yeah, it basically is. If you watch the last 30 minutes of Road Warrior, it's them in a tanker truck driving away from a bunch of crazy people in cars.
Oh. I haven't seen all of Road Warrior. I've seen some of Road Warrior. I've seen some of Beyond the Thunderdome. Thunderdome?
Thunderdome. Beyond Thunderdome.
Okay.
Have you seen any of the original Mad Max?
That's what I'm saying.
No.
I've
the
seen parts
original,
of it, though.
not Road Warrior.
Yeah, I know. I've seen parts of it, though.
Gotcha.
Because that's one where he actually has a wife, right?
Yeah, and like a family, and it's kind of boring. But the bad guy in that movie
Yeah.
plays a Morton Joe in
Oh, okay.
Fury Road.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing that.
Yeah.
Too bad it wasn't
Not the same
Elvis.
character, but... So Independence Day.
Yeah, Independence Day.
I mean, there's not a lot to say. It's a perfect, flawless,
Once
masterpiece.
again, it's fine, but I will say, like, yeah, it was good. Here, hold on. Fucking Adam Baldwin, you non-movie doing piece of shit, since 2017. I liked Bill Pullman's character, by the way. I forgot that they had said a couple times that he was also a pilot in the military before becoming president.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like, he does kind of feel like the perfect president, doesn't he?
He does feel like a pretty good president.
Like, I kind of wish we had him. Not even saying, like, oh, I just like the current president we have. It's like, he'd be a cool president to have, though.
Yeah. Especially if aliens attacked.
Right. I mean, who can really knock the way he does president? Like, he's willing to... He doesn't want to have to kill civilians if he can't. He doesn't...
He's willing to stay and, like, go down with the ship if needed.
Right,
Because he didn't
right.
want to contribute to panic, so he wanted to get the rest of the government secure, and he would stay behind.
Right. Which is hilarious, because they all got blowed up.
Yeah, didn't matter.
And then also, he was willing to join the fight as well.
Yep.
Like, very, very, very much first in, last one out vibe from him.
I need to double check, but assuming these events actually happened, he would have been the first president to lead troops since, I think it said James Buchanan in, like, I think it was during the War of 1812.
You mean as a president?
As a president.
Oh, okay.
Like, if this happened, and President Whitmore or whatever,
Let's find
whatever
out.
the fuck his name was. Hey, what a guess.
Whitmore. Got him.
So, if this happened and President Whitmore, was in this fight, he would have been the first president since James Buchanan, like, helped defend D.C. when the British attacked. Like, he led
Holy shit.
in the 1800s, like before the Civil War.
Is that the last time the British attacked?
Yep.
Was 1812?
Yep, the War of 1812. White House got torched.
Bitches. Oh.
Yeah. So I
Really,
think
he's
it
the
said
last
James.
one?
I think it said it was James Buchanan. It's the last one.
That's kind of crazy. Even Teddy Roosevelt didn't lead troops?
Nope.
Huh. I know FDR didn't lead troops. Would have been funny, though.
Would have been something, that's for sure.
Also, there was no war in the 30s, unless you're talking about the war on poverty.
Oh, there was war, just not in America.
There's always war somewhere. Sometimes even in space, John.
Yeah. But I mean, there's not a whole lot to, I guess, say about this movie, really. Like,
I would only say, like, it'd be... Sorry, I'm adjusting my mic. I would only say it'd be interesting to, like, hear more from the aliens' point of view. Like, kind of, like...
because we got the aliens' point of view.
Yeah, but only because Whitmore said so. Because he had, like,
Oh.
a flash of their...
You think Whitmore's lying about them? He's like, oh, they came in peace. I'm going to kill them all.
I'm saying maybe he's a Charlie Day type of person.
Oh, from Pacific Rim 2?
Yeah. I had that thought in my mind. I was like, what the fuck? I haven't seen Resurgence. I was like, what if he's not telling the truth?
It's the same twist. I mean, to be fair, Charlie Day was telling the truth. They wanted to kill everybody, but the kaijus took over his mind.
Yeah. But, well, that's what I'm saying. He was setting up for something more sinister. I was saying, I wonder if Resurgence is
Voltron
about
kaiju.
that. Wait, Ultron kaiju?
Voltron kaiju.
Oh, Voltron kaiju. Yeah. Voltron kaiju. Megazord kaiju.
Pacific Rim 2 Uprising. Not as good as the first one. I didn't mind it, but not as good as the first one.
I didn't like that Charlie Day was still making jokes even after he'd, like he was by himself, first of all, which is weird to make jokes by yourself. And then...
To be fair, he was crazy at that point, so...
Yeah, but then also, like, he's outed as being, like, kaiju-brained.
Yeah.
So, it's like, are kaijus making jokes? What the fuck? Is
Well,
that just... I mean,
yeah,
I guess it's the blend of them both, but...
Yeah.
See, that's another, like... Jeff Goldblum type scenario. Just do the Charlie Day thing. Like, go make some jokes on top of this roof. It's like, the scene's supposed to be action-packed. There's giant things fighting each other. I don't want to cut back to Charlie Day and making a joke about how his kaijus are coming together.
I actually saw somebody had drawn like a little comic. I cannot for the life of me remember what it was. That I think would have made that scene a little bit better. And
Pacific Rim scene?
Yeah, that scene that you're talking about.
Okay.
Where it's like Charlie Day's character is like trying to take back his body type of thing. Like, you know, there's like that struggle like
Power
on the
struggle
inside.
internal?
Yeah, an internal power. And like
That sounds like another movie, Power Struggle Internal.
And like the last like frame of it, like was like the you know, whoever was in charge of Charlie Day's body is like, really now, little man, this is when you're trying to, you know, fix this or whatever. But like then that entity reasserts its dominance over the body and moves on with the scene. And I'm like, that would have been really interesting if it's like it's not even Charlie Day's character. It's like something that was controlling his body and using his knowledge.
Right.
Which it was, but it was
to a certain
supposed,
extent.
Yeah, but it was more like a hybrid. It would have been interesting if it was like a completely separate entity while Charlie Day's character was trying to take his body back.
Right. The actual movie felt more like just Charlie Day brainwashed.
Yeah.
Which, I guess, but I mean, with the fact that like he's been drifting with a kaiju brain, you think it would be more similar to like the hive mind of the kaiju is controlling him now also.
Exactly.
So yeah, that would have been more cool.
Yeah, but oh well.
And I wouldn't have had as much problem with him like making jokes while simultaneously being the bad guy, because it does show a conflict between the two brains, as opposed to just
he's up
a
there cracking
kaiju
jokes.
making jokes.
Yeah. So, but anyways, that was sorry. That was you know, that's a totally different movie.
You think he'll make a third one? It's not totally different. It's alien invasion.
No. But I don't know. I don't think they'll do a third Pacific Rim.
I thought it was interesting how they kind of decided to wrap up Independence Day by not even showing the conflict in the other countries. Just like, they figured out how to do it, so everyone did it fucking flawlessly.
Oh god, that's one of my favorite parts of this movie too. When they're getting like the Morse code message, like the British soldiers who were in Iraq, like at the Morse code message, and they're like, the Americans have figured out how to take them down. And the one guy's like, it's about bloody time. It's like, why has America got to lead the charge?
Right.
Roland Emmerich, why, you know, like, there's other countries that could be trying to figure this shit out.
I said the same thing to Kate. I was like, I wonder if like the other countries are going to their Area 51s and if they have fucking alien spaceships too.
It's all the same thing. Like a million of these like spaceships like show up. It's like, fuck, everybody had the same. Also, that's actually something I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
Is that last scene? Well, not last scene. Last bit when Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith go to the alien mothership.
Uh-huh.
Was it just me, or did it seem like they didn't film together? Because they rarely had shots of Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith together. It was constantly like one shots of each of them. Even when they like were like hiding behind the chairs because like they opened up the panel and like they like shake hands and they're smoking the cigars. It's like shot of Will Smith, shot of Jeff Goldblum, shot of Will Smith, shot of Jeff Goldblum. It's not like a wide shot of the two of them shake. They don't even when they shake hands, it doesn't even like wide shot that.
I don't know. I mean, I suppose I'm sure they did film together though. But I guess I could see what you're saying, where it kind of felt
it was
like
either like
they didn't have like much chemistry together.
Yeah, it was
maybe
either,
that's a result of them not having any like kind of two shots of them.
That I was thinking either like they didn't like each other on set, or like they
Jeff Goldblum was too Jeff Goldblumy and Will Smith was too Will Smithy. So
or like they had to do a bunch of reshoots, so they couldn't get them both on the same day or something.
Maybe. I mean, but they did have like two shots, like
a couple of
the
shots.
cockpit and stuff, like
a couple times. Like I was watching for it, and like it didn't have like there was more shots of them together in Area 51 than in that scene. So I'm feeling like
there really wasn't even a lot of that though.
I know, but there was more of them.
Well, I mean, there's the shot where he says, "So you really think you could fly that thing? Oh, you really think you do all that bullshit you just said?"
Yeah.
And then there's the wedding scene, but actually that's not even them together because they're already standing up at the quote-unquote altar, and fucking Jeff Goldblum walks in and sits down. I don't think there's any shot of them together.
Yeah, well, and then when they get the cigars.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like it.
I think it might have been like The Rock and Vin Diesel type situation.
I don't know, man. Have we ever seen Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum in a movie together?
Maybe
since?
they're actually the same person.
They're both. Whichever one is the actual
They're both
one.
Fred Savage.
Yeah. Fred said, all I wanted was to be recognized as the greatest actor who ever lived. Because wasn't he, who was he in that episode?
He was Rush Limbaugh and Michael Moore.
That's right.
I think it was Rush Limbaugh. It was a Republican. Okay, but I definitely knew it was Michael Moore.
Michael Moore. Oh, man. But yeah, so it felt that way to me. Like either there was reshoots or like the 2 shots just didn't work or something because there was way too many just single shots of each of them.
Maybe. Let's talk about Resurgence. Was what's Thor's name?
Chris Hemsworth.
Hemsworth. Was the other Hemsworth? Is
Liam.
that the son of Randy Quaid? Or a descendant of Randy Quaid in some way?
I never saw Resurgence.
Well, yeah, I was just curious. Maybe.
I don't know. Then why'd you ask me?
I don't know.
You could click on Jeff Goldblum. He was in Independence Day Resurgence.
Thank you.
So was Bill Pullman.
Yes. And he still looked good, by the way.
But fucking.
Oh, I didn't know he was in Grand Budapest Hotel. He was only nominated for 1 Oscar. He's just as good as Randy Quaid.
Hey, there you go.
Known for... Come on.
Scroll down.
Oh, jeez.
Now you're too far.
Fuck. Okay, right. I forgot how this worked.
Jesus Christ.
Don't you Jesus Christ me. There's Thor Ragnarok.
There it is.
All right. Okay.
Also, yeah.
With Jake Morrison. So, no.
No. Also, apparently there was a deleted scene that I actually think I remember seeing. Apparently there's a bunch of deleted scenes, but there was one because obviously Randy Quaid's kids look nothing like Randy Quaid.
Yeah, they look either Hispanic or Native American.
Yes. So there's apparently a scene where the kid says something that's like, "You're not my father, you're just the guy who married my mom." To like cover why there is the very apparent difference that those are not Randy Quaid's children.
Okay.
I
kind of like the idea I came up with in my head instead, but
which was
I don't know that they are his kids, but the wife just died and she was ethnic of some kind.
No, that's
Native
fair.
American or Latin or something.
No, there was a bunch of deleted scenes that like apparently made things make sense. More things make sense because like one thing I've seen like criticized a lot was like how does the human technology work with alien technology, and I think there's a deleted scene that explains that.
Oh, like the way they said they repaired that ship that they found in the 50s?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too. I was like, why hasn't anyone like tested like their like our weapons on the exterior of the ship if they thought like this could potentially be an invasion of some kind? They couldn't have just taken a chunk of it and like shot 9mm at it or something?
No, apparently not.
And also this, how does the ship know that weapons are firing at it, or if it's just a hand putting a fucking soda can on it?
Probably a speed thing. If it hit like the impact and the velocity, yeah.
I suppose.
I can't remember. There was a game or some fucking sci-fi shit I was watching or playing or some shit. I don't know. Where like that was basically what it was. Like if you like moved quickly enough, like that's how it knew. But you could move in slower. Something. I don't fucking remember. But that's kind of the explanation I kind of figured was like.
Yeah. Kate also mentioned this too, like when they take the ship to go board the mothership, and remind me about Mothership. I have a question about that.
Okay.
She was saying like, how does the ship like not have like a barcode on it that the big mothership would scan as it's pulling it in the first place? Like why wouldn't it just reject it like a baboon heart? It's like this has some human shit in it. Blow it up in space before it even gets to the mothership.
Yeah, that's a good question. I kind of figured that it was like, hey, that's our scout ship that we sent ahead. You fucker.
40 years ago?
Yeah,
they
40
found
years
it in
ago.
the 50s is 90s, so 40 years ago.
You guys are finally coming back home. That's kind of the explanation I figured was the case. That or technology for them had not advanced in 40 years, where they're like, oh, it's just another one of our ships.
Kate did also ask that too. It's like, so like they haven't changed anything in 40 years? Like their ships look exactly the same.
Well, I mean, if it ain't broke.
There's still people driving vintage Mustangs around, so I guess.
Okay,
Maybe they're like, damn, look at that one. That one's cool looking. Look how they used to make them.
Make it like that anymore. So what's your question about the mothership?
Oh yeah. So when Jeff Goldblum is like saying his plan that he has drawn up on the whiteboard, he refers to the mothership as a mothership.
Yes.
And then everyone's like, "So your plan is to take us to the mothership?" Is that the first time mothership was ever used?
I didn't notice that inflection, so I couldn't
There was
tell
a
you.
little bit of like snarkiness when they said mothership back to him. I'm like,
Maybe that's
is
the
this
first
the first time they've ever come up with mothership?
Maybe they just hadn't referred to it as the mothership.
It seemed weird. I was like, I'm pretty sure there's like 1950s like sci-fi comics or something about.
Oh
where they
yeah, absolutely.
call it like the mothership. It just seemed weird. Like they were thinking every single aspect of his plan was ludicrous. The white-haired guy who's in other stuff, but
Yeah.
also something else that's funny.
The general is Robert Loggia.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Wow, he looked old.
R as in Robert Loggia.
Oh, as in, oh my gosh, it's
Robert Loggia. Space.
I really didn't realize that was Robert Loggia.
Yeah.
Okay, so the guy at the beginning who's sleeping in the bed, he gets called from the Asian guy who's picking up the radio feed of the fact that there's
Yeah.
aliens. So he's in The Mummy
Okay.
and Mr. Deeds. Do you remember him?
I don't remember. I didn't see Mr. Deeds,
Jesus Christ!
but I've seen the Mummy.
Okay, you've seen The Mummy. Do you remember him from The Mummy?
No, it's been a long time since I've seen the Mummy.
All right, he owns the library in The Mummy.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I remember.
Okay.
He didn't show back up in the movie.
This is going to be a little convoluted, but this is the math that my brain started doing when I saw him in this movie. And then I knew Bill Pullman was in this movie. Bill Pullman was in a romantic comedy with Sandra Bullock and the guy who played Chuck Cedar in Mr. Deeds. And in Mr. Deeds, Chuck Cedar is partners with the guy at the beginning of Independence Day who gets the phone call in bed and he says, "This better be a beautiful woman or I'm hanging up." They're partners in that movie. It's all cyclical. 7 Degrees of Hollywood, buddy.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon was nowhere to be found in any of these
No.
movies. That'd be crazy if he was in all 3, though, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Just didn't even notice him.
He's some background extra.
He's the alien.
He's the alien.
Independence Day.
Good movie.
Yes, good movie.
Good movie.
Huh? See, you didn't say flawless this time.
Oh, it is flawless.
I don't think you think it is anymore.
I do.
Nah.
Yeah.
You're
It's
right.
a 2.5-hour movie that doesn't feel like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I will say this. I was surprised when I booted it up on Hulu. I was like, fuck, 2 hours. Jesus Christ.
2.5.
Well, I know, but when you see it break 2 hours, I was still surprised at that. And yeah, I did actually, as the movie was like progressing through, it did feel like the Avengers almost. Mm-hmm. How like they're setting up each storyline and then they're going to eventually bring them together. And also they lose at first and then they have to regroup and then they go back out again.
You got the best goddamn speech in movie history.
It's pretty good. Independence Day or 300?
Independence Day.
Really?
Yes.
Independence Day or The King's Speech?
Oh, Independence Day.
I haven't seen The King's Speech.
King's Speech isn't bad.
I want to see it. It's in my list. My queue. Netflix.
Well, you better fucking get on it with your luck.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? My luck. But yeah, no, they keep taking off the movies I want to watch.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of really good monologues. What are some of the great monologues of all time? That's a pretty good one.
Good monologues. Good monologues. I mean, Independence Day. And then I don't know what the distant second would be. Well, Pacific Rim. Yeah. No.
I mean, Quentin Tarantino's written a lot of good monologues.
Yeah.
Where Bill is reciting to her the story about Superman.
Yeah.
The mythos of Superman. Then Path of the Righteous Man.
The better version of that
And
is
the explanation at the end.
Yeah,
is
that's the better version.
Right. Steve Buscemi's talk about why he doesn't tip or does tip, but that's not really a monologue because there's people that chime in.
That's a dialogue. The monologue in that movie is the commode story.
Commode story.
where he's practicing the story that he's going to tell Joe to get in about the cops who were like he's like there's that woman who he's like selling weed for or whatever.
Well, I think we really need to get Dylan in here so I can rewatch that movie because I apparently don't remember enough about it.
Wow. That's a good one. What's some other good monologues though? Like legitimately good. Like truly, I do like. Obviously, I'm being a little facetious saying it's the greatest movie speech of all time, but I truly, truly do love the speech from Independence Day.
Right? Yeah, it's good. No doubt. Quentin Tarantino does just, I mean, pretty objectively does write good dialogue for his characters.
Yes.
So a good monologue is also the one that Samuel L. Jackson has about the other general's son.
Yep.
That's really interesting one.
That's yep. And then what else? There was
I always like the one from Death Proof also, where she recites the poem to Butterfly.
Never liked Death Proof.
I know. Death Proof is a good movie. Have you watched it recently?
I could rewatch it, but I was so bored watching it the first time.
You were bored?
Bored out of my mind.
I haven't seen Planet Terror.
It's a weird one. Good monologues. Good monologues. I mean,
there's the one in Avatar.
It's the one at the beginning of The Godfather. I Came to America speech.
I don't remember it.
It's right at the beginning of The Godfather. Where the Undertaker's like pleading his case to the Godfather. Came to America. And he was talking about
he's
like,
the one that the Godfather says, I didn't think we were friends. You never invite me over.
Yeah, that one.
That guy.
That guy.
All
He
right.
gives his whole monologue about how his daughter's like beat by the
Okay.
gang of guys.
I remember
and
that
everything.
guy then.
Yeah, that's a good monologue. I think I always wanted to be a gangster speech from Goodfellas is a pretty good one.
I haven't seen all of Goodfellas.
It's right at the beginning.
I've seen most parts of Goodfellas, but
I mean, Scorsese does good monologues too.
I mean, Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me?
That was improv.
Was it improv? Mm-hmm. That would be considered a monologue, though, wouldn't it?
I guess, but it's not a very long. It's a couple lines of dialogue.
So it's a monologue.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a monologue.
Because I think the only thing the script said is Travis talks to himself in the mirror. That's what the script says.
I didn't even know the scene was in the mirror. I've only heard that scene. I've never seen it.
Yeah, he's talking to himself in the mirror.
Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting thought, though. Monologues. You know what would be really interesting if we just looked at like the top monologues and then just I don't know.
I'm gonna
researched
Google
them and talked about them. Like that would be an interesting podcast.
I would
just to talk about all the
I
monologues.
would be cool doing that for an episode of this instead of
bonus
watching
episode?
either a bonus episode or instead of watching a movie, we discuss great movie monologues.
Is that going to be the new path that this podcast goes?
No, but I think we can take a break and do a special episode.
Yeah. I mean, the whole idea of this podcast is like great stuff we've never seen, and I mean, I don't think anyone's seen all of the greatest monologues of all time. I mean, I'm sure most film fucking historians have, but
Well, yeah. Sorry, I'm looking up.
like a list of best monologues.
Let's see. We got Caddyshack, Cinderella Story.
What's the monologue in Caddyshack?
When he's
Where he's putting and talking to Ty or Kai or
no,
Ty.
when he's hitting the flower heads.
Oh, I thought
And
maybe
he's talking
it was
to himself.
Chevy Chase's the no, like where he's like putting and he's going no.
No, not that
And
one.
then he goes for the last putt and misses.
Bronx Tale, Good Will Hunting.
Haven't seen Good Will Hunting.
Me neither.
You haven't?
You haven't either.
I know, but I'm saying that. How have we not done that podcast yet?
Okay, well let's do that after Battleship. We'll go back from a fucking not
we'll
good
do that
movie.
after Evil Dead 2.
We need to do that part. We got to do
We
Battleship.
got Battleship and Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, I know.
And
I thought
Reservoir
Evil Dead-
Dogs.
I thought Evil Dead 2 was... Well, we'll get to Reservoir Dogs when we get to Reservoir Dogs.
Right.
There's one from American Beauty. The Network. Oh, that's actually a good one. I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore.
The Network. What's the Network? That's not the Social Network.
No. It's... I don't exactly know what it's about. Wall Street Greed is Good. Any Given Sunday.
Look at these 2 video links. Both 2 of them are for Tarantino movies. Yeah. I forgot about Inglourious Basterds, so that's a good monologue.
Oh, somebody put the pocket watch speech from Pulp Fiction.
Oh, that is great.
He walked around with this uncomfortable hunk of metal up his ass.
Also, Dark Knight. Very classic now.
Yeah.
Oh, Balboa.
Coffee is for Closers. Glengarry Glen Ross.
Pulp Fiction, yep. A Few Good Men. That's a great one. Have you seen A Few Good Men?
I've not.
That's a really good movie. That's one I just seen within the last year. I watched it with my pappy. Silence of the Lambs. Taken. Actually, didn't even care for it. I don't remember the one from Shawshank Redemption.
It depends which one. Go back to it.
I'm assuming it's the one where he's...
Oh, it's when he's getting... I think it's probably when he's getting paroled at the end.
Thank you. I kept thinking promotion. I'm like, he's not getting promoted.
They got Donnie's Eulogy from Big Lebowski.
Oh, yes. By the way, did you see the video of... not Jim Gaffigan. What's his fucking name? No, not Jeff Garland. What's his fucking name?
John Goodman?
John Goodman. Thank you. I kept thinking of fat guys. John Goodman just recently got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh, nice. Good for him.
Yes, and Jeff Bridges gave him a speech during it, and he gave him the speech, and he like ripped the speech from that John Goodman gives to Donnie, but he like gives it as the dude, but he references John Goodman both as Walter and John Goodman. He like says Walter first, and then he like acts like he got it wrong, and he says John instead, but he basically gives that speech to him.
Interesting.
He walks up with a suit, and then someone hands him the dude's sweater, and he puts that on. And John Goodman's dying the whole time during it. It's actually a pretty good speech.
I'll need to take a look at that. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. The I Drink Your Milkshake speech from There Will Be Blood.
The Princess Diaries. What?
Apparently.
I don't even remember a monologue in that.
I never saw it.
I guess her speech at the end.
Probably.
Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
There shall be a day.
Hold your ground, sons of Gondor of Rohan, my brothers. I see in your eyes the same fear that would take the heart of me. A day may come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and break all... Oh, today will not be that day.
I was hoping you'd read the rest of it.
Okay. Forsake our friends and break all bounds.
You should take it from the top again.
Hold your ground. Hold your ground.
Never mind. The joke's gone. Never mind.
All right.
Because the way you were reading it, I wanted to take that audio and then cut it over him giving the speech. And you're just like, hold your ground, sons of Gondor, Rohan, my brothers. I see in your eyes the same. Like, you were just kind of like trying to figure out where you knew the speech from. And I was hoping you'd do that all the way through. And it'd be great to have that dubbed over the scene.
Well, hold on then. Hold your ground. Sons of Gondor of Rohan, my brothers. I see in your eyes the same fear that would take the heart of me. A day may come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and break all bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day, an hour of wolves and shattered shields, when the age of men come crashing down. But it is not this day. This day we fight. By all that you hold dear on this good earth, I bid you stand, men of the West. Aragorn's speech to his followers before the last battle with Mordor.
Nice.
I mean, see, I still didn't know the speech, so... Not fully. Oh, there's the network.
I'm mad as hell.
Malice.
And
is that Alec Baldwin?
It looks like him.
Braveheart. Oh, yeah. Take our land, but not our freedom. Haven't seen The Matrix.
Really?
Really? The Help? Okay. Steel Magnolias? Okay. Taxi Driver?
You looking at me? Are you talking to me? Not you looking at me.
Oh, that's the one from American Beauty. The one that fucking Peter rips off. Have you seen American Beauty?
No.
Oh, that's an alright one. A lot of people think it's really pretentious. Patton, Scent of a Woman. I've been meaning to see Glengarry Glen Ross. Have you seen
I have
it?
not. That's another one we can add. Good Will Hunting, Glengarry Glen Ross.
You know what? Hold on. Let me bring up my Google Docs right now.
Yeah.
So we've been looking at the same Google Doc for months.
Well, now it's a good thing we're talking about new ones. So, do we have much more we want to say about Independence Day? I think we've kind of
I think we kind of exhausted Independence Day. Like, you know what Independence Day was, podcast-wise? It wasn't a movie we really got in depth on.
Because there's not a lot of depth to Independence Day.
Yeah, true. You know what? It is one of those shallow movies that you enjoy.
Yeah.
But it was a great jumping off point for a lot of other conversations.
Yes. Those are some of my favorite of these podcasts that we do.
Yes. You know what? I think the listeners also, because I've been told more often than not that they like it when we just get onto some bullshit. They appreciate when we talk about some movies, but they kind of like just the banter.
Yeah.
Regardless of it.
You're welcome. So, Glengarry, Glen Ross.
Come on, Jake. Jesus Christ.
I think Glengarry Glen Ross is like. Look, I don't think that's how it's spelled.
Is it all one word?
I think it's 2 words, Glengarry and Glen Ross.
Okay, it is. I did have it fucking right. God damn it.
What can I say except you're welcome? Da, ba, da, da. And Good Will Hunting.
Oh, thank you. Good Will Hunting. Does
Also-
everyone remember that episode of Foster's Home?
No. Also, I would say maybe Dead Poets Society. Because I haven't seen that one either.
You haven't seen that one?
No.
Oh.
And since we're on a Robin Williams kick,
Aladdin.
I mean, I've seen Aladdin. Put Mrs. Doubtfire on that list, too, because I haven't seen it.
Real Steel.
There's a fucking good speech from Real Steel.
I don't think so.
I never saw Rock'em Sock'em Robots, the movie.
I honestly probably would like the movie more if they would have just called it Rock'em Sock'em Robots. 300, yep. We mentioned that one. Any Given Sunday. You know what? Al Pacino's in a lot of these. Gone with the Wind, Frankly Scarlet, I Don't Give a Fuck.
That would have been a way...
Selena. And Justice for All. True Romance. I've been meaning to see True Romance.
Toss
People
on the
cite
list.
it mostly as a Tarantino movie, but I know it's not. He produced it, didn't he?
I couldn't tell you. It might be one that he wrote but didn't get to direct.
Because a lot of the characters in that, like, okay, Eldo Rain's descendant is in True Romance.
Yeah.
As well as some of the other bastards. I learned that actually
Donnie
from...
Donowitz, right?
Is it his?
I think so. I think one of his
Isn't
kids.
he like the director of the movie or some shit?
Eli Roth?
No. I'm saying the character in True Romance.
I don't know.
think he's...
Never seen it.
Anyway, I learned that there's descendants in True Romance because of our good friend Jordan Reeder, his podcast, Popular Films.
Yes.
His first episode was Inglourious Bastards, and they went really into depth on that.
Yeah. No, that's the whole Tarantino shared universe. Like, there's like the real world in the Tarantino verse, and then like the movies that exist in the Tarantino verse. Like,
the
I
meta
believe,
facts.
like I think Kill Bill is one of the ones that's like isn't an actual thing that happens, but it's, you know, a movie that happens, which is why a lot of people see in like the trailers for it's a fucking good one in Snow White and the Huntsman. Right. That's a good one. The Dicks, Pussies, and Assholes speech.
I don't remember that one. But Team America World Police, that's the one that
Yes, sorry.
jogged your memory.
Yeah. Not
Because for people who don't know,
yes,
that speech.
The Dicks, Pussies, and Assholes speech in Team America World Police is fantastic. But no, in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, one of the movies Leo's character is in is like him like torching a bunch of Nazis. Like there's just a quick bit where he's like flamethrowing a bunch of Nazis in a movie theater.
Yeah, fried sauerkraut.
Yeah. So people are like, oh, so this is like the actual like verification that Inglourious Bastards happened in the universe. Like that happened in the Tarantino universe, and now they're making a movie about like the events that ended World War II, where a bunch of Nazis got torched in a movie theater.
I suppose. I mean, it happens totally different, but
Well, yeah, obviously they're dramatizing it, but to be fair, Tarantino fucking did whatever the fuck he wanted with World War II as well. So
right, yeah, okay, yeah, good point.
Spoiler alert: Hitler dies at the end of Inglourious Bastards.
No.
Spoiler alert.
I saw that movie in theaters with you.
Yeah. I
For
saw that
Nick's
shit
birthday in 2007.
3 times in theaters. I saw that movie.
Really?
Yep.
I think I saw it twice. Did that
loved
movie come out in
movie.
2007?
Or 8.
That's my favorite Tarantino
09.
movie. 09, really?
Yes, 09.
That came out after Iron Man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
But yeah, I like that movie. That's my favorite Tarantino movie. Inglourious
That's a
Basterds.
good one. It's that
Pulp
or
Fiction's your favorite, right?
Pulp Fiction, but for me, it's a real close call between Django and Inglourious Basterds.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Pulp Fiction's not even
No,
in
no,
the
no,
top two?
no, no. Pulp Fiction's the best,
Oh.
in my opinion. But then, like, for number 2, it's real close with Inglourious Basterds and Django. Like, I would almost put them there together.
Yeah.
And I think Django is easily his most rewatchable movie.
You think so?
This is becoming the Quentin Tarantino episode.
I don't know. I could watch a lot of Kill Bill.
I could
That
prob-
one's the one that gets played on TV
okay.
most.
Volume 1. Kill Bill Volume 1 is way more replayable than Kill Bill Volume 2.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't know.
You got the Volume 1 is Oranishi. Like the whole
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. Like that is
I mean,
like,
the
more-
whole
more-
fight with the Crazy 88 is what
yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that
but the Pai Mei training stuff, that takes up a lot of Kill Bill Volume 2.
It
And
does.
I love that sequence.
excuse me.
And then Kill Bill Volume 2, you finally get the payoff, which
That-
ends up
that
being
you do.
bittersweet for her anyway, which
Yes.
is awesome.
Yes, but
And
still
you
both
also
good
get to
movies.
see fucking what's her nuts?
El Driver.
Yeah, thank you. Elle Driver, glad you knew with the
Yeah.
eye. You finally see her get payback too.
Yep, and then
She's
there was
such a bitch.
supposed to be Kill Bill Volume 3, which is probably never going to come out.
It's still listed on IMDb.
Yeah, we'll see if that actually happens. But it's supposed to be El Driver training.
Nikita.
Yes,
Yeah, I
can't remember her
the
mother's
Vivica
name.
A. Fox's name.
Yeah,
Who was also in Independence Day.
bring it a full circle. God, apparently Tarantino might be directing a Star Trek movie, and he wants it to be like rated R for like swearing and shit. And I'm like, no. First off, don't give Tarantino Star Trek, and second of all, don't make people in Star Trek swear.
At best, let Tarantino produce Star Trek.
Yeah, if he wants to produce it, fine.
But I don't want that to be his 10th film.
Yeah, because that's supposed to be the one he goes out on.
Right. I don't want that. But I mean, honestly, I don't think Tarantino's going to end at 10. I think he's going to Hayao Miyazaki this shit and just keep going anyway.
We'll see.
He's going to say he's going to retire, and then 2 years later, he's going to come out with another fucking movie.
Maybe. We'll see. I mean, it's been a little while since Hateful Eight, so.
By the way, what Hayao Miyazaki movies haven't you seen? Okay, which ones have you seen? My bad.
Spirited Away.
That's the only one?
That's it.
Okay. We've got a lot of Miyazaki movies to
Yes.
watch, and a lot of them
I've
we can
been-
do with Kate, by the way.
I've been meaning to watch Princess Mononoke because I know that's supposed to be really good.
That's actually the one I fell asleep during.
No.
And honestly,
need to rewatch
one of the
Spirited Away
seemingly
because-
more action-packed movies.
I need to rewatch Spirited Away because I saw it so long ago I remember basically nothing about it.
I didn't see that one until high school. I didn't see most Miyazaki movies until high school. I will say this, though. I grew up on Kiki's Delivery Service. I just thought it was... the only anime I knew was Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, and Kiki's Delivery Service.
And
But I didn't even attribute Kiki's Delivery Service to anime. Really, I just thought it was a tape I had randomly for some reason. I don't even know why I got that movie, why I had it. I don't know why my parents bought that for me, but I had it. Fucking love that movie. The late Phil Hartman's in it. Kirsten Dunst is in it. And, I mean, her career is dead, so that's awesome. I don't know. She did a movie recently where it took place during the Civil War. Her and Dakota Fanning. Who was in Totoro?
Yeah, see, I
Colin
haven't
Farrell. I think he was in a Miyazaki movie also.
See, I haven't seen Totoro. I haven't seen, like... Again, I've seen Spirited Away. Saw it once a long time ago. And that's it.
Uma Thurman was in Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind. I think you might like that movie.
Is Grave of the Fireflies Miyazaki?
Yeah, it is.
I've heard that's fucking depressing as hell.
Yep. It's if you wouldn't believe it, it's World War II Japan. So
What?
yeah, it gets a little down. I haven't seen it, but I know what happens. Yeah.
But, so yeah, I think that's...
I think that we can wrap it on Independence Day.
I think we can probably wrap on Independence Day. That was a good springboard for everything else. Independence Day, if you haven't seen it, go fucking watch it.
Right
It's
now.
great.
Well, you know what? No, don't watch it right now. Wait, when does the movie start? It starts on the 2nd. Watch it tomorrow.
Start it tomorrow. Pause.
Actually, we'll release this tomorrow, so watch it now.
Yeah, watch it now. Right when you don't even have to listen to the end of this. Just stop. Go watch Independence Day.
Yeah, we're just gonna say don't be late or some shit.
Yeah,
so
we're gonna wrap this up here in a moment. So, Jake, where can the people find you?
at Jake_Lavoie. Don't forget it. Don't forget also at Roleplay Film
Yes.
for Twitter and Instagram. We need to start posting about that a little bit better.
We need to be a little bit more aggressive about that.
We're halfway to our budget, which is awesome, but we got another halfway to go. And I think what are we
I
like
think
20
we've got about
days in?
3 weeks left.
No.
Yeah.
Has it really been 30 days since we posted?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
So we got to get a little bit more aggressive about that because
Right, yeah.
time is coming to an end. But yes, we have an Indiegogo for a short film we are working on about Dungeons and Dragons and gatekeeping and just friendships, bullies,
pop culture.
nerd shit. I was advised not to use that in our our reading about it, but I'm bringing it up now anyways. Nerd shit. Let's see. We have 32 days left.
Okay, yes.
So yeah, about halfway. So at the time of this recording, we have 32 days. By the time this goes up, we'll have 31 days. So please, if you can, donate
$31.
Yes. If you can't, we understand. If you could share it, trying to get the word out. We need to be a little more aggressive sharing it.
Right. It's hard asking for money.
It is hard.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But it's the way films get made these days, I suppose.
Yeah. So, but at Roleplay Film. At Roleplay Film. On everything.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm at Rosen, and on the opposite end of that, I'm at Rosendoom2 on Twitter, Rosendoom1 on Instagram. We are at LTTS Podcast on Twitter and Late to the Podcast on Instagram.
Are you sure? Do you have those flip-flopped?
No, I do not have those flip-flopped.
Are you sure?
Yeah. At LTTS Podcast Twitter, Late to the Podcast Instagram.
And on the Speaky, for Roleplay, the short film we're making,
yes.
we do actually have a location that we can film at. We're going to be filming at Cataclysm Games. Is it Cataclysm Games?
Cataclysm. I always just call it Cataclysm.
Well, anyway, Cataclysm. It's a game shop in McChesney Park.
They are kind enough to let us film there.
Right. It's right off of
251.
Well, 251, yes, but Forest Hills Lane? Forest Hills Road. I don't know. It's right off of Forest Hills. Go check it out. It's a game shop. They used to be in Roscoe. They're in McChesney Park now. They're big as fuck.
Yeah, they're gigantic compared to where they started.
Yeah.
Which was in a room like about the size of your fucking living room to start.
Now it's pretty much a warehouse.
Yeah, it's like a whole building by itself.
Well, yeah, but to give it perspective, it's like the size of a grocery store in there now, like a Walmart.
No, God, no, it's not as big as a Walmart.
It's pretty fucking big.
It is gigantic compared to where it was, but it is not the size of a Walmart.
I want to think of a store to compare this to.
Imagine like a high school gym.
It's bigger than that.
Is the game room like their fucking like main game room?
Just their game room is a gym. I'll give you that.
Yeah, and then
they have a whole section of building that they're not even using. They just turn the lights off in it, and then the other section is they've actually have all their games where they sell all their shit.
Yep.
But it's cool. They got TVs, video games, all set up too for people just kicking it to play. I wonder. You probably gotta buy some shit to be able to play and hang out.
I couldn't tell you.
Anyway,
I don't hang out at game stores. I go in, I buy the game I'd like, and then I leave.
But anyway, Cataclysm was cool enough to give us the A-OK to film there. We still don't have dates yet or cast, but they're pretty dope.
But we've got a location and a script. That's all you really need.
Yeah, we're bringing this up to you, Nick Rosenblum, and Andrew Laudicina, and Jordan.
Yes.
Jordan Rita. At Grizzly Beardman. I mentioned him in the podcast. At Popular Films. Go check him out.
Give us money, guys. If you're listening to this. You three.
Then next week for the podcast, it's either going to be fucking Evil Dead 2 or Battleship. It's going to be something.
Yep.
And then maybe a monologue podcast in the pipeline.
Yeah.
That might be fun to talk about.
Yeah. Just no
yeah,
movies.
Good Will Hunting, that'll be in there too.
Yeah, no movies. Just we'll talk about great monologues, why they're great, why they work.
That'll be a bonus episode we release at some point.
Yeah. When we got time to just sit down and record it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll be your regularly scheduled program.
You know what would be fun, actually, might be just to do like specifically 10 minutes talking about each monologue.
Yeah. I agree.
Who fucking knows when...
We'll figure that.
It might not even happen.
Yeah. It's an idea. Donate to our Kickstarter. We're going to make it a stretch goal.
Kickstarter.
Fucking Indiegogo. Whatever.
Oh, I thought you were saying we're going to start a Kickstarter for the podcast.
No.
I was like, we're not doing that.
No, I meant for role play.
And who fucking knows? We might come up with a Patreon for the podcast, too. We're already asking for money. Let's ask for more.
We need to keep the lights on somehow, folks.
I mean, I'm doing it with unemployment checks.
You?
Yeah, I'm a leech, folks. All right, guys. Tune in next week. Don't be late.
Boy.